I'm going to put that now in the Venn diagram.
Put that in the Venn diagram.
The law in the Constitution states that if you have one sect, parish A, and another sect, constituency B, there should be no intersection between constituency B with parish A and parish C. So therefore, if a constituency is shared by two parishes, that intersection is illegal.
Illegal intersection.
Unconstitutional. And should not be allowed.
Should not be allowed.
Yeah. He studied the dictionary. He didn't study mathematics. He studied the dictionary. He didn't study mathematics. He studied the dictionary. He didn't study mathematics. People, Damian Crawford put Marlon Wilson in place. Damian Crawford make Marlon Wilson know say Peter Bunting study the dictionary. Him never study. No funny man. Him never study no fish business. Damian Crawford shame Marlon Wilson in a parliament, and that's one of the biggest embarrassment you could have ever hear anybody give to somebody. Now, Damian Crawford were there talking about them want to turn Portmore into the 15th parish. And what they're doing, it is unconstitutional. Now, the question I want to ask, why is everything that this government do is unconstitutional? Why them continually break the law? Why? Why Andrew Holiness and the Jamaican Labour Party can't do nothing right? Everything them do is wrong. Them always try to do things unconstitutional. And I see people silent. I see people silent about these things. But blessed morning to my viewers and my subscribers them. I hope everybody having a blessed and a wonderful morning. Now my viewers and my subscribers, remember, in everything you do, always put God first. In every and any situation, just always remember to call upon God. Always remember to pray, because a prayer day keep the devil away. Now, my viewers and my subscribers, we have a lot coming up inside this update, so you definitely don't want to miss none. So remember, watch the video until the end. Also, if you don't want to see a better Jamaica in the future, if you don't want a change of leader, then people, leave a like on this video and type in the comment section, Labourite must go. If you don't want a better Jamaica, a better future for a picnic, on a grand picnic, on a great-great-grand picnic, then type Labourite must go and leave a like on this video. And remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed as yet. Alright? So welcome back to my viewers and my subscribers them. My viewers, my subscribers. Damian Crawford literally exposed Andrew Holiness and the Jamaican Labour Party. They are trying very hard to turn Portmore into the 15th parish before the general election. Why is that? Because the part of Portmore or the part of St. Catherine where they might try to turn into the 15th parish is a JLP stronghold. I just peer Labourite over there. So mostly Labourite. PNP over there, but I'm mostly Labourite. So that would be a sure seat for the Jamaican Labour Party. So they might try everything to turn Portmore into the 15th parish. Now, listen to this now. What they're trying to do, it is unconstitutional. But, as you know, Andrew Holiness not do nothing that is in line with the Constitution. Everything that this government do, it is unconstitutional. It is unconstitutional. And that's why Mark Golding always take this government to court and win. Them not do nothing. That is right. And that is why this coming election, we need to vote out this government. People, check out this video.
I'm going to put that now in the Venn diagram.
Put that in the Venn diagram.
The law in the Constitution states that if you have one sect, parish A, and another sect, constituency B, there should be no intersection between constituency B with parish A and parish C. So therefore, if a constituency is shared by two parishes, that intersection is illegal.
Illegal intersection.
Unconstitutional.
Illegal.
And should not be allowed.
Should not be allowed.
Yeah, he studied the dictionary. He didn't study mathematics. So therefore, the intersection that is being created
Is illegal.
is against the Constitution. And though it was communicated by those in the know, what could be the reason? What could be the reason? What can go so? Yeah, that's what I talk to my friends over here. I'm talking to the constitutionalist. I'm talking to the friends of Portmore. There's another lie being told. That, well, they are claiming to be of the interest of the people of certain sections of Portmore. To say that places like Caribbean estates could not vote for the mayor. However, in 2016, when the municipality boundaries were recommended for change, the JLP went to court to stop that change. And the opinion that if it was changed, they would lose Portmore. Sufficing to say they still lost Portmore. So what they are now claiming to be a basis was what they went under Hines to court in 2016 and sought to now ensure that the municipal boundaries were not changed to include the areas. I'm going to explain some more because they don't understand.
They don't understand, Damian.
No. I have hope in Delano. I give up on Mala. I give up on Mala.
A little hope in the land.
Yes. Let's go.
Just a toots of hope.
That is why I make sure I give you time. The municipality would have its own constituents. Each parish division, each division also had its own constituents. When they wanted to extend the constituent boundary for the municipality, the JLP resisted that expansion. They then went to court and won on a, what do I call that now? A technicality that a win for the JLP. But you have now come to claim that that is a loss for the people of Portmore. You have now accepted the truth that when you went to court 2016, it was in an effort to disenfranchise Caribbean terrorists and other areas such as Caribbean terrorists. That is the same basis you are now claiming is a reason. But that didn't need a parish. That could have easily been corrected by just changing the municipal boundaries.
After hours of back and forth, standing ovation from government senators in Friday's sitting of the Senate.
An act to amend the Counties and Parishes Act to declare the city municipality of Portmore the 15th parish of Jamaica and connected matters is read for a third time and passed.
Before the final decision, though, there were several points of contention. First, a declaration from Leader of Government Business, Kamina Johnson-Smith, on the matter of a referendum.
We note this new argument about a referendum, but without even arguing any of the flaws in that proposal, which I'm sure will be raised further in this debate, the people have indeed spoken in 2020 through the general elections.
However, her opposition counterpart, Peter Bunting, was more concerned about the government's drive to do what he described as breach the Constitution should the bill be brought into effect. He stressed that the current boundary proposal would see some constituencies in Portmore crossing both Portmore and St. Catherine. In reading a letter from the chairman of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, ECJ, to the local government ministry,
that the proposed Portmore parish boundaries may negatively affect the boundaries of a constituency, as stated in the second schedule of the Jamaica Constitution Order in Council 1962, that is, the Constitution of Jamaica. Paragraph 2, subsection 1 states as follows, quote, the boundary of a constituency shall not cross the boundary of a parish as delimited by the Counties and Parishes Act, or by any law amending or replacing that law.
In going further, he indicated that the ECJ sent another letter after the bill was passed in the lower house. And according to Mr. Bunting, it showed that the technical fieldwork wasn't done by the government before the boundary was drafted.
That the proposed boundary for the parish of Portmore will impact 4 constituencies, 13 electoral divisions, and 398 polling divisions from the parish of St. Catherine.
But government senators were adamant that there are more pros than cons in Portmore becoming the 15th parish.
And I am seeing it as a transformation of Portmore, not merely an administrative change. It is an opportunity, President, to create a dynamic, inclusive, and sustainable urban parish.
Mrs. Johnson-Smith also pointed to what she described as a disinformation campaign being led by the opposition that Portmore residents will have to change their land titles and other documents once Portmore becomes a parish.
Absolute nonsense and lies, Mr. President. Let me read it and then explain it once more. Any reference in any other document, enactment, instrument, agreement, notice, prospectus, or other legal document to the municipality of Portmore shall be construed as a reference to the parish of Portmore.
With the bill now passed in both the lower and upper houses of Parliament, it now requires the royal assent by the Governor-General to become law.
Now this is to show you how evil, cruel, and heartless and Juliet and his administration really are, and they care about no one else but themselves. And they will do anything at all just to stay in power. So if it is to break the law, go unconstitutional, and do anything that is wrong just to stay in power, this government will do it. Remember, them already say a war before Andrew Wellness left office. So people, do you really trust people like these to run your country and to lead your children going forward? Me want to know. The problem that we are having in Jamaica is that we are colorblind. We colorblind. We can't even see the wrongs that this brother here do. And then this woman come at about lie, PNP tell lie. We not believe in you, know. We not believe nothing what you say. Because you go foreign, go sign the fish agreement, the Samoa agreement, and come back to Jamaica, and come tell we say, nothing no go so then take out the fish part out of it. Only now go teach no fish business to we pity them in a school because them take out the part there. Which only go sign one agreement. Why would they take out the main part of the agreement? For please Jamaica. So we not believe in you. We don't want to hear nothing what you have to say. Because you sell out Jamaica and you sell out the children them. And you sell with picnic them to the devil. So we don't want to hear nothing from you. The Jamaican Labour Party is for the devil, not for the people. And we need to get rid of them as soon as possible. People, are not too silent, are not too laid back, are not too sit back. And it coming like I say, adjust the people them. We are blag about these things. Alone, I stand up for the country. Everybody need to put on their foot and stand up for this country. Just like the House Speaker, that want to bully each and every one. She want to bully everybody. When PNP fi talk, she want to sit down and shut up and not say nothing. Now, Juliet and Fitzjackson kick off in a parliament because Fitzjackson asked some question to the finance minister. But Juliet Holiness decides said she have to step in and try to muzzle Fitzjackson. But Fitzjackson wasn't having it, people. And Fitzjackson put her in her place. Now, I am going to play this video so you guys can have a better understanding of what I am talking about. But people, we need to stand up on our foot. Election are come. And we need to start fight for the country. We need to start stand up and speak out.
Minister who sits in front of the committee never have been done. That is inappropriate. No, it is. It is inappropriate. It has never been done. The minister, yes, has to be able to give you responses that take you down to an element of detail. However, the scope of work for jobs normally would never come to this parliament for presentation in any committee. And if you would like to have that information, respectfully, member, minister, it needs to be requested from the ministry directly, not necessarily from the Minister of Finance, even though the Minister of Finance speaks globally on all budget matters. That level of nitty-gritty, it's unfair and unreasonable to come here and do that to the minister.
Madam Chair.
I have spoken.
No, and I can't respond to you, Madam Chair. I wish to respond to you.
You can go ahead.
Cases, they do significant renovation work in order to accommodate that. And again, I was just being told that the Greater Portmore and Constant Spring offices will be supported by the NIDS.
Madam Chair, with all due respect, that response is begging of a response. Because to tell me that something is going to be done at Greater Portmore and can't tell me what is going to be done, something is going to be done at Constant Spring. What that something is, nobody have a clue, but yet that something is being planned. What specifically is being planned? To come here and tell us that is regrettable.
So, member, additional information suggests that there will be renovation of the counters, there'll be painting done, there'll be ACs installed. Right, to improve the whole aesthetics of these post offices.
Madam Chair, through you, I'm going to ask the minister if by the Ministry of Finance is not going to be here for the rest of the day, and given that there are specific plans, as is indicated just now, that before this committee rise, a list of the scope of work to be provided, and those two post offices mentioned be provided to us before we rise.
Respectfully, member, that has never been done to any minister who sits in front of the committee. Never have been done. That is inappropriate. No, it is inappropriate. It has never been done. The minister, yes, has to be able to give you responses that take you down to an element of detail. However, the scope of work for jobs normally would never come to this parliament for presentation in any committee. And if you would like to have that information, respectfully, member, minister, it needs to be requested from the ministry directly, not necessarily from the Minister of Finance, even though the Minister of Finance speaks globally on all budget matters. That level of nitty-gritty, it's unfair and unreasonable to come here and do that to the minister.
Madam Chair.
I have spoken.
No, and I can't respond to you, Madam Chair. I wish to respond to you.
You can go ahead.
Yes.
You can go ahead, member.
I disagree with you that this has never happened. I'm not asking the minister. No, if you allow me, Madam Chair.
Minister, what you would be required to do in respect of this head is to provide details as to the list of post offices or postal agencies and what is the budget for repairs or renovation, and that would be sufficient information for this session.
Madam.
If the member would like to know how much is to be spent on painting, the AC, and how much is going to be spent on cleaning the tiles, the member would need to get that information outside of this committee session.
May I respond to you, Madam Chair?
Next member. Next member.
Madam Chair, what is this we have here?
Next member.
Only to be spoken to?
Next member.
You made a comment and I wish to respond.
Next member.
Going to be afforded that opportunity.
Member Jackson, this is not the space.
I merely asked to respond to a statement you made. Even that courtesy should be extended.
I extended the courtesy already. And you went into, you don't agree, and you're allowed not to agree. Next member.
So you're not going to allow me to ask my question of
Next
you, the chair?
member.
Are you not going to allow me to ask my question of you, the chair?
Sure. I'm not sure what your intention is here, Member Jackson. You know? No, he doesn't have a question to ask. Member Jackson, if you have a question, you can ask your question. My point remains, as it relates to the level of details you're asking for, that's not appropriate, and that is the decision.
That's what I wish to just say something to you.
Go ahead, member.
I was making the point, Madam Speaker. I was not asking the minister to present that to me today. I'm simply saying, if you will allow me, Madam Speaker, because every time I walk more, she wants to stop me. All I was asking, she got the information, she wouldn't have it. I didn't expect the minister to have it. It comes from the relevant department. And I was simply making the request for her to have from the department to provide it. I couldn't expect a minister to come here to give me detail on something that I asked for here. That has never happened before. And that is not what I was requesting of the minister. It is because the minister is representing the department. I am channeling my request through her.
Thank you very much, member. Thank you very much. Thanks for that clarity. Member Hilton.
Now, this woman is such a bully. She is such a bully from the day she become House Speaker. She and her husband is such a bully, and them try to bully each and every one. Even the Jamaican people them try to bully. And these people cannot represent us. They are the devil. Them not have no heart, they not have no soul. Them not have nothing about them. The only thing that them care about is money, nothing else. And people, you see, if you don't wake up, then they will do something to you that will definitely make you hear them stay shut. You need to wake up and speak out against this evil government and this evil woman we call herself House Speaker. Why everybody on the government side are such a bully? They are such a big bully that try to bully everyone. And people are happy with what they're doing. Time come for a change. Time come for these bullies. Give us a break. Time come for them resign and lift up. And if them no want to resign, them hurry up and call the election so the people of Jamaica can decide to vote them out. And when we vote them out, we don't want to see what them face. We run them away. People are for our country. And we need to take it back from these bullies. Now, let me show you more bullies inside of Parliament because more friction go on in there. So me want to check out this video right here, right now. Remember, leave a like on this video.
Is a crisis that you are...
No. You have said that it's $2 billion. That is in deficit.
I'm
Yes.
saying that we go back for money.
Yes, but if you have,
Money is ring-fenced
I am not. Yes.
Come on, man.
No. We need to clarify this because I'm aware of the 14 billion. Right? If the minister is saying that you still have $4 billion from that 14, why are you running a deficit of $2 billion? Why doesn't the Ministry of Finance allocate the money that the USF earned?
The money is there.
Yes. And the minister should be concerned about that.
That is not rocket science.
I have nothing further to say. Absolutely nothing further. If it is during the financial year that we need additional funds to carry out the programs, we will do what we always do. What you are trying to do is to tell me how to spend the money. You are telling me how to try and spend the money. We have an arrangement. We have made a budget for Universal Service Fund, and we will carry out that budget that has been tabled in 25-26 budget year. If we need or we see where we can spend it and we need additional funds, we will happily allocate it.
The minister said he won't go into this, but just for my own summation, Minister, my understanding is that the USF has accumulated funds, which was 14 billion. It is now down to $4 billion. But it is now down to $10 billion. So the Universal Service Fund has no problem, really. And why are we, therefore, seeing a deficit of $2 billion? Huh? Yes, if you have the cash.
So, Minister.
A copy of the letter, member.
This is so serious.
Member, I will send you a copy of the letter that was written in January. It states that we have to indicate to them by July, and we wrote them in January. So we are 6 months ahead of the timeline and the deadline. What more do we want? And I am prepared to share the letter with you because you may not trust me.
No, Minister. I just want to be clear, because there are implications if certain timelines are not met.
The minister has clearly indicated, one, that his team is on top of their negotiations. They are aware of their timelines. They have started to engage their consultation process, and that he wrote from January. So he is comfortable that he will be on target for that special July date. I think his answer is sufficient, member.
Madam
Go ahead.
Chairman,
Go ahead.
Madam Chairman, this timeline is sacrosanct.
No, he understands that. He understands that. And no amount of repeating it is going to make a difference for the minister.
I suspect not.
He has an appreciation of what he needs to do. And your point has been very solidly and clearly made.
I thank you.
You know, Chairman.
Madam Chair.
You know, Chairman. If my colleague was so painstaking in terms of when he was a minister, we wouldn't be in the situation that we are, because he's so detailed in terms of how he's operating here now in relation to asking me about a letter that I told him I sent in January. And he's still going on about how sacrosanct
the July timeline is.
So that's why I wrote from January.
The minister said that he's prepared to share. Yes.
He said he would share the letter with you.
Yes. So I'm expecting.
We don't want to get it to go back into the history of one minister's performance versus the next.
No.
So I would say move to the next question.
All right. So coming out of this, we'll get a copy of the letter.
Just to let you know
one other question.
that took 10 minutes.
That is one other issue that the minister raised in his opening that I just want to get clarification on. The minister spoke about an extension of the license for oil and gas procurement, for oil and gas exploration. Could the minister say how many extensions have been granted to date?
My recollection is that since I have been minister, it is one extension that I have given, and that was for, was it 2 years? 24 to 26.